Hi everybody, I'm Sabrina. Alex and I, my husband, own Nature's Fragrance. Today I am going to be smelling all 135 or so fragrances that we have because we often have people calling or emailing just to find out what certain fragrances smell like, so we figured that this would be helpful. I don't recommend smelling this many at once, but I'm going to do it anyway. I do have some coffee grounds here to sniff every once in a while just to clean out my nose. So I guess we'll just get started. Now these are my personal out-of-bottle impressions of these fragrances that we sell. So we strongly recommend that you buy a small bottle to try it for yourself because everybody's nose can be different. Alright, we've got Aladdin's Wish. I smell some tea leaves, citrus, a little bit of florals, a little bit of musk on the bottom. It's a really nice scent. The notes actually are orange, bergamot, and tea leaves, geranium, violet, and then the bottom notes are wood and musk. Next we have Amazon Falls. This one is really leafy and green. It does have some fresher, sweeter notes, but all around it's just a real nice scent. It does have, the top notes are herbal and leafy green notes, middle are fresh air and nectary sweet notes, and the bottom is watery notes. Next we have Amber and Black Currant. When I smell this, I get the black currant right off the bat, and then I get the more earthy note of the amber. It is kind of sweet with a little bit of the earthiness to it. The top notes are cinnamon and vanilla. It does have a middle note of clove, and then the bottom note is actually tonka bean. Next is Amish Harvest. This is a real nice fall fragrance. I get spices right off the bat, then maybe some fruity, little bit of tart. It's real nice for fall though. The top notes are actually tart green apples. The middle is green notes and the bottom is vanilla. Apple Enchanted. This is a nice tart apple with a little bit of musk on the bottom. It's a little bit sweet. The notes are actually, the top notes are citrus and green floral, middle note of amber, and a bottom note of musk. April Fresh. It smells like clean laundry. That's really the only way I could describe it is I guess dryer sheets or clean laundry. The top notes are rose and lily, middle notes of orange and lime, and a bottom ozone note. Aqua Spa is, it's really fresh. I don't really know how to describe this one. It's like a real relaxing spa scent, real green leafy notes. Smells like, I guess, leaves after it rains, kind of fresh green leaves after it rains. Autumn. This is another one that's real nice for fall. I smell apples right away, and then some more, I guess, leafy green little bit of pine or balsam on the bottom. The notes are actually gala apple. Middle notes are juicy fig and eucalyptus leaf, and a bottom note of fir balsam. Avobath. This is another one that's a nice spa relaxing scent. It's kind of citrusy. Does have a little bit of musk in it. It's green and fresh. The notes are actually, top is green citrus, the middle it has a lemongrass note, and the bottom is a light musk. Baja Cactus Blossom. This is a favorite among many people. I love this myself. This is another one that's really fresh and green. Little bit of musk in it. I don't know, the notes say there's a little bit of coconut, and if I think about that, I can get the coconut. It's a little bit tropical, a little bit fresh. The top notes are green and citrus, the middle notes are coconut and musk, and the bottom is woody. Balsam and Cedar. This is a good Christmas time scent or winter scent in general. Great all year round though. It really does smell exactly like balsam and cedar. Living in the North Woods of Wisconsin, we have a lot of that around here, and that is exactly what it smells like. The notes are listed as a top note of citrus, which I don't get a lot of that in there. I do get a little bit. Middle notes are pine and balsam, and bottom notes are cedar, amber, and musk. Beach Memories. That's such a nice, fresh, clean smell. Kind of like a, I wish I were at the ocean smell. I can get the air and the water. Not, I guess I don't really know what ocean sand smells like, but I would imagine that's in there too. The top notes are watery and sea salt, middle of tiare flower and lavender, bottom notes are driftwood and grapefruit. Bedtime Bath. This one reminds me of when my babies were little. I would wash them with the Johnson's Bedtime Bath soap, and I actually do still have some of the lotion here. I love the smell. It's a lavender, a little bit of little sweet. It is so relaxing. It smells like fresh, clean babies. The top notes are lemon and bergamot, middle are lavender and chamomile, and bottom is musk and creamy sugar. Bite Me. This one is fruity. It reminds me of like a fruit punch kind of, but not so much like the red fruit punch, kind of like a tropical punch. It's sweet, it's got the berries in it, but it does have the citrus in it too. Top notes are citrus, middle is florals, and bottom notes of lime and cherry. Black, amber, and lavender. This is a nice perfume one. Ooh, I get the amber right away. The lavender, I get real subtly after the amber. It's a little sweet, maybe a little bit floral. But the top notes are amber and lavender. Middle are myrrh, tonka bean, and musk, and bottom notes are sweet and floral. Black coconut smells like the beach to me. Not so much, you know, the waters and the sands, but it just smells like summertime. The coconut, the suntan lotion, the drinks. But it's a real nice fresh coconut. Top notes are coconut, middle is tropical flowers, and bottom note of cedarwood. Black currant vanilla. I definitely get the black currant. I get, a little bit of vanilla, but I definitely get a patchouli. I get the patchouli before I get the vanilla. It does smell real nice for, I guess any body application that you would want a patchouli for. Top note is berry, middle is lavender, and bottom is vanilla and patchouli. Black opium. A lot of people get scared away from this when they see that it has the coffee note in it, but it doesn't smell like coffee. I think the coffee note just kind of deepens it and enriches it. I honestly have no words to explain this one besides sexy, because that's what it is sexy. The top notes are pear, pink pepper, and orange blossom. Middle is coffee, jasmine, bitter almond, and licorice. And bottom notes of vanilla, patchouli, cedar, and cashmere wood. It is a complex scent, but it is sexy. Okay, black raspberry vanilla smells just like that to me. I get, the nice, rich, sweet raspberries and a hint of vanilla. But the top notes are black raspberries, a middle note of vanilla, and a bottom note of musk. Black teakwood. This one I always describe as mahogany teakwood's sexy older brother. Because it smells like a rich, refined, modern man. It's just really nice. The top notes are teakwood and lavender, middle notes of sandalwood and bergamot, bottom notes of citrus and woody notes. Blue cotton candy. This one smells like childhood. Childhood in a bottle. It has the notes from the sugar and the sweetness. I believe blue cotton candy is like a blue raspberry. I'm not sure if I'm right about that, but I do smell a little bit of berry or sweetness. But the notes are grape and strawberry for the top notes, a middle note of sugar, and bottom notes of vanilla and berries. Blue raspberry Jolly Rancher. This one is yummy. You definitely get the blue raspberry, the sweetness of a candy. So it's not like a fresh raspberry, it's definitely a candy raspberry. But the top notes are raspberry and orange, middle note of green apple, and a bottom note of lemon. Bombshell. This is what you would want to wear if you were going out for a sexy Saturday night. It's fruity and flirtatious. It does have a little bit of musk on the bottom of it. But it's definitely girly. Top notes are passion fruit, grapefruit, tangerine, and fruits. Middle note of peony, orchid, berries, jasmine, and lily of the valley. Bottom of musk, woody notes, and oak moss. Bourbon Butterscotch. This is sweet and boozy. I wanted to put this in my car diffuser, but I am afraid that if I would get pulled over, I would get a ticket for drinking. It is definitely boozy, but it's sweet. You get the sweet caramely notes of butterscotch. But the top notes are cream and butterscotch, middle of bourbon whiskey, and bottom note of vanilla. Café Mocha. Now this one is a little bit different. You do get the coffee, but then it has kind of a nutty, caramel, chocolatey, creamy smell. Kind of smells like a candy bar dipped in coffee. So top notes are nuts, middle of maple and coffee, and bottom note of vanilla. Captain Crunch Berries. This is another one that smells like childhood. My kids eat a lot of cereal, and Captain Crunch is one of their favorites. And so we smell this a lot at breakfast time and snack time when they decide to have their cereal. And this smells just like it. You get the corn notes from the cereal, and you get the berries and the sweetness. But the top notes are strawberry, grape, buttercream, plum, and wild berries. Middle notes of fresh bakery and maple. Bottom of powdered sugar, vanilla, and tonka bean. Chai tea. Now, I love a hot cup of chai tea in the wintertime. Just kind of warms you right up. On the other hand, I like iced chai tea in the summertime. It's something that I try to keep on hand, and this smells just like it. I could drink it, but I won't. I smell the tea right off the bat, but then, you know, you do get the spices and the creaminess that you want in a chai tea. The top note is actually citrus, middle of cinnamon and clove, bottom of vanilla and tonka. Champagne Toast. This one is sweet, a little bit flirty, but definitely sweet. I get a little bit of citrus, something berry-like, but the notes are a top note of champagne, a middle note of nectarine, and a bottom note of black currant. Cherry Limeade. This smells like the drink you would have. It has a sweet cherry. You get the fresh lime in there, a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of sugar. But it is definitely yummy. Top notes are cherry, lemongrass, and lemon. Middle notes of strawberry and peach, and a bottom note of vanilla. Cherry Shortbread. This was one I was so excited when we were getting in, because Alex actually made some cherry shortbread cookies last year for Christmas, and they were delicious, and this smells just like them. You can get the shortbread in it. You get the flour and the baked smell, and you get the sweet maraschino cherry that's in it. But it definitely smells like fresh baked cherry shortbread cookies. It has a top note of cherry, middle note of dough, and bottom notes of sugar and vanilla. Christmas cookie. To me, this smells like sugar cookies with icing on them, I guess, and that's what a Christmas cookie would be. But it does smell like a cookie. The top notes are cream and vanilla bean, middle notes of nutmeg, cinnamon, and sugar, and bottom notes of vanilla, buttery, and bakery. Christmas Wish. This one is a little, I guess, complex to my nose. It doesn't have a lot of notes in it, but it's what the notes do to each other. I get something baked in it. You know, I get that fresh baked smell, a little bit of pine. I'm not sure. It's a little bit sweet, but the notes in it are cookies, the middle notes of pine and bottom notes of vanilla and sugarcane. Citrus and sage. I definitely get the sage in this one first. And then the citrus, but it is heavier on the sage than the citrus. Has a little bit of a woodiness to it, but the notes are top notes of lemon and grapefruit, middle are sage and basil, and bottom notes of wood. Cocoa butter cashmere. This one is a favorite among many people. It is one of our top sellers. It has been since we got it. But it is definitely warm and cozy. It does have a richness to it, almost like a creaminess. Little bit of sandalwood, little bit of musk and amber. Cocoa butter, obviously, but it is real light in the cocoa butter. It's not a real heavy, like cocoa butter lotion type smell, but the notes are top notes of spice and cedarwood, middle notes of rich vanilla, tonka, coconut, and jasmine, bottom notes of olive wood, sandalwood, amber, musk, and cocoa butter. Okay, coconut lime verbena. This one is fresh and citrusy, and you get the coconut. Little bit of musk on the bottom, but not a ton. But you definitely get the lime first, and then just a hint of coconut. The top notes are lemon, lime, and orange. Middle note is florals, and bottom of coconut and musk. Crackling embers. This one I get a sweet, woody, smoky, not real sure how to describe it. But it is a little bit smoky, a little bit sweet, a nice even mixture of the two. It has a top note of clove, middle notes of vanilla and rosewood, bottom notes of amber, cedar, and sandalwood. Cranberry woods. This one smells like cranberries. And sandalwood. Has a little bit of musk in there. Maybe a little tiny bit of floral, but it's definitely mostly cranberry and sandalwood. Top notes are green grass and citrus. Middle notes of raspberries and violet. Bottom notes of musk and sandalwood. Okay, caramel coffee. This one is definitely coffee, but it's sweet. You get the sweet caramel note, little bit of vanilla, sugar, but it's definitely coffee. Top note of coffee, middle is coconut cream and tonka, bottom notes are vanilla, maple, and sugar. Cupcakes at Tiffany's. I love to bake. I love to bake cakes, cupcakes, whatever I can. And the cupcakes at Tiffany's smells like a fresh baked cake with some vanilla buttercream on it. There's some sort of deep note in it, though. You do get the vanilla cupcake, vanilla buttercream, but there is a little bit of deepness to it. I'm not quite sure how to explain that. But the notes are top notes of butter toffee, middle note of chocolate and sugar, and bottom note of vanilla and cake. Darkness. This one is super complex. There's a lot going on with it. But it's smooth and rich. It's kind of fall-like, little bit of spicy, it's a little deep. But the top notes are cinnamon, middle of nutmeg, clove, and apple, bottom cedarwood, sandalwood, and woodsy notes. Driftwood. Smells like wood. And patchouli, there's a little bit of floral. It would make a real nice cologne for men. I guess women could like it too. It's not my cup of tea for a perfume, but it's definitely a nice cologne. But the notes are a top note of citrus, a middle note of florals, and bottom notes of sandalwood, patchouli, and vanilla. Enchanted Woods. This one's really nice. It's cranberry, maybe like a raspberry, definitely little woody. It's got some florals in it too, but they're not real overpowering. They really mix with the woody notes real well. There's maybe a little bit of patchouli in it, but it is real nice. Would make a nice aftershave, or even a shaving cream would be nice. Candles would be great. But the top notes are berries and apples, middle notes of violets and jasmine, and bottom notes of resin, tonka, musk, and patchouli. Espresso ice cream. This one is one of my favorites. It smells exactly like you would want an espresso ice cream to smell. It is nice and deep and rich. Coffee with that after, or with the following notes of, the creaminess for the ice cream. I love coffee and I love ice cream, so I absolutely love this. But the top notes are cream, middle note is coffee bean, and the bottom note is vanilla. So it's real simple. Evening Delight. This one it's pumpkin and creamy, maybe a little bit of caramel. It smells like a nice dessert. A nice pumpkin creamy dessert. Top notes are pumpkin, caramel, cinnamon, and nutmeg. Middle notes of cheesecake, ginger, allspice, and clove. Bottom notes is a graham cracker crust, like you would want on the bottom of a cheesecake. Fall in Love. This one is sweet, pumpkin-y, apple-y, little bit of a musk on the bottom, but it is definitely a sweet pumpkin apple. The notes are a top note of apple, middle note of pumpkin, and bottom note of light musk. Okay, Flannel. This one is warm and cozy. It's a little bit citrusy. It's a little bit woody. It does have mahogany in it. And then it's musky too. It would make a nice cologne, or I guess if you like a little deeper perfumes, it would make a good perfume, lotion, anything like that really. But the notes are, top note is bergamot, middle note is mahogany, and bottom note of musk. Fluffy Marshmallow. This one it's definitely sweet vanilla. Sugary, I guess exactly what you would want from a marshmallow. But the notes are, top note is marshmallow, middle is sugar, and bottom is vanilla. Forest Hike. This one smells yummy. It has a berry note, a sweet berry, black currant, and then it definitely has the juniper berries. That's what the black currant smell is. Cranberries and a little bit of a a pine, but it is yummy. It smells like you're walking through the woods on a nice fall day. The top note is juniper berries, middle cranberries, bottom is pine and peppermint. Fresh cut rose. This one smells just like a fresh cut rose. It's not like a rose like a perfume rose. It is more fresh than you would want for any application, really. It's not like grandma's perfume that you're smelling at Sunday church. But that's all the notes there are in it is florals. It's top, middle, and bottom is florals. Friday Nights smells like a perfume you would want to go out wearing on a Friday night. It's fun and flirty, little bit of citrus, a very tiny bit of floral. I don't care for florals, but there's not a lot of floral in this. It just kind of enhances the other notes. It does have a little bit of amber and musk in it too. The top note is orange, middle note is jasmine, bottom notes of amber, musk, and woody notes. Fruit Loops. This one smells like cereal. You get the fruitiness that you would want. You really can pick up the different notes of fruit in it. You can get the sweet berries and the tart citruses. But then you also get the cereal notes from the corn. And it really does smell like a bag of Fruit Loops. Top notes are lemon, lime, and grapefruit. Middle of lavender, orange, and corn. And bottom is vanilla and sandalwood. Grandma's Swingin' Eggnog. If you like boozy eggnog, you're bound to like this. We drink a lot of eggnog during the holidays, because that's about the only time we can find it here. But it does, you get the creaminess of the eggnog, the richness that you get with eggnog, the spices, and it definitely has that boozy note in it. But the notes are, the top notes are alcohol, cinnamon, and citrus, middle of nutmeg, clove, and ginger, and then a bottom note of vanilla. Green clover and aloe smells like a day at the spa. That's what we should have called it, is a day at the spa, because that is exactly what it is. It is fresh and green, little bit citrusy, maybe a little tiny bit of musk, but it's definitely more fresh and relaxing. Top note is citrus, middle note of floral, bottom notes of musk and woody notes. Gretel's Morning Cup. This is a sweet gingerbread coffee. That's what I get from it. When I smell it, I get the sweet first, then the gingerbread, and then a little bit of a creamy coffee note in it. Smells like something I'd want to drink on Christmas morning. The notes are, top note is gingerbread, middle of pear and brown sugar. Bottom notes are vanilla, coffee, and cream. Happy birthday! Smells like a birthday cake. You can smell the fresh baked cake in it, a little bit of buttercream. It is definitely all vanilla, nothing added, nothing taken away. It is just a straight vanilla cake. Top note of sugar, middle note of whipped cream, and a bottom note of vanilla. Harvest. This one is nice and fun for fall. It's a little bit fruity, a little bit spicy, a little bit musky, but it's a nice, fun fall fragrance. Fun fall fragrance, yeah. The top note is fruity, middle note of floral, bottom is spice and musk. Hawaiian White Ginger. Now this one, some people do get confused on because it is not actually ginger, like a ginger root. Hawaiian White Ginger is actually a flower. So it is definitely floral and not what you would expect from a ginger root. But it is exactly that. It is floral. The top notes are oranges and green notes. Middle is heart of rose, grape, and just generic marine notes. Bottom is dry down of musk and spice and light florals. Hot cocoa and cream smells like a cup of hot creamy chocolate. That is really all I get. Maybe a little bit of marshmallows to make it a little creamier. But the notes are top notes of cocoa powder, middle note of milk, and bottom note of marshmallows. Iced cinnamon rolls. Smells like hot, fresh, baked cinnamon rolls. You definitely get the pastry, the bread in it, the cinnamon, the butter. It is yummy. Top notes are butter, pastry, bakery notes. Middle is cinnamon and maple sugar. And bottom is creamy vanilla. Iced Vanilla Woods is... Oh, it smells like a nice man soap to me. It's smoky and woody. Definitely has the sweet vanilla in it. But it is a little more masculine to me. I would totally use this as a lotion. If I could find a lotion with this fragrance in it, I would use it. But it is a little more masculine. Top note is vanilla, middle of lavender, and bottom is smoky and woody notes. Into the Woods is... Oh, I get a little bit of some sort of pine, a little bit of, I don't know, a fresher, like a citrus note. It is a little bit spicy, a little bit sweet. I guess it's a little bit of everything. But the notes are pine and citrus, middle is spice, bottom is tonka, vanilla spun sugar, and musk. Juicy Georgia Peach. I remember when we first got this one, when we got the sample of it to try it out, I wanted to drink it. It smells like a fresh peach, like you're taking a bite of a fresh peach. And it's just really yummy. The top note is citrus, middle of peach, green, and fruity notes, and then a bottom note of musk. Juicy Watermelon is, it's watermelon. It's a very sweet watermelon, a little bit fresh, a little bit more on the sweet side, but it is watermelon. Would make a really good kids stuff. Lavender and Apricot. This is one of Alex's favorites, and that sounds strange being that it is lavender and apricot, but a lot of men do love this. It is a nice balance between the lavender and the fruity apricot. It's nice and sweet, and the floral of the lavender just kind of enhances it a little bit. But it's definitely not overpowering. But the notes on this one, top is lavender, apple, pomelo, and apricot. Middle of magnolia, lavender, bamboo, and dahlia. Bottom of sandalwood, cedar, musk, and cashmere wood. Lavender Breeze is like if you were standing in a lavender field right outside the forest, right outside some nice big trees. You definitely get the lavender, and then you kind of get some woodiness to it. But the notes, top note is lavender, middle note is ozone, and bottom note of wood. Lavender Vanilla is a little bit floral, a little bit sweet. Does have something fresh in it that I can't quite put my finger on. I've smelled a lot of fragrances at this point, though. Maybe a little bit citrus. It's definitely a sweeter lavender. The floral doesn't overpower really, but the notes, top note is citrus, middle is lavender, and then the bottom is vanilla and musk. Leather, I love this one. It smells like a fresh pair of leather work boots. We do get complimented on our leather for how authentic it smells. But it smells just like fresh leather right out of a package. Top note is leather, middle is cedar, and bottom is saffron and musk. Okay, leaves. This is another favorite. I think everybody, I shouldn't say everybody, most everybody that tries this I think likes it. But it is nice, fresh green smell, but in a fall type of way. It does have some woody notes in it, a little bit of spice, but it's definitely earthy. The notes, top notes are green stem, lemon, and cedar leaf. Middle of pine, spiced, fruited, floral melange. And bottom is earthy, musky undertones. Lemon pound cake. It smells like a lemon cake straight out of the oven. I love this one in wax. It opens up with the bakery notes a lot once it's in product. But you definitely get the citrusy lemon and the cake notes in it. The top notes are sugar, lemon, and orange. Middle is butter, bakery batter, and coconut. And bottom of vanilla. Lemon verbena. This has to be one of the most fresh lemons I have smelled without it smelling like floor cleaner. A lot of times they end up smelling like floor cleaner, and this one I don't think does. It's just a straight lemon. The top notes are lemon and orange, middle is lemongrass, and bottom is terpenes. Let them eat cake. I think people, when they think this, they're thinking it's going to be more of a bakery cake smell, but it's more of a musky, perfumey smell. It's definitely got the sweet vanilla and cakey notes in it, but it does have a musk on the bottom that really amplifies it into a perfume type smell. Top note is sugar cane, middle is coconut milk, and bottom is vanilla orchard and white musk. Lilac blossom. We have lilac trees in our backyard, And this smells just like their blossoms. I love smelling them when they come in the spring. They don't last long. And this definitely smells like that. But the notes on this one, top notes are greenery, water lily, and bergamot. Middle is lilac petals, hyacinth, and tulip bulb. Bottom of cedar leaf, vetiver, and moss. Love, love, love. This one is sweet and musky. It's got a little bit of fruit, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of musk. Definitely girly. This would describe me as a teenager. It is girly. Top notes are berries, plum, and pear. Middle, peony, lily of the valley, and freesia. Bottom notes is blonde woods, vanilla, and musk. Love spell. This one is fruity, punchy, little tiny bit of musk right at the end. Not too much that I would say it makes it more perfumey or anything like that, but it is there. Top notes are orange and peach. Middle is cherry blossom and white jasmine, and a bottom note of musk. Mahogany apple is really exactly that. I smell mahogany and I smell apple. Little bit of extra woody notes in it. Kind of at the end. I think they just kind of amplify the mahogany in it. But it's definitely mahogany apple. Top note is apple. Middle note is mahogany. Bottom notes are cedarwood and oakwood. Mahogany coconut has the coconut I get right off the bat, a little bit of citrus, and then the mahogany just kind of smooths it all together at the end. Top notes are lemon and lime. Middle is coconut, and the bottom is vanilla, sandalwood, and musk. Mahogany teakwood. This is another bestseller. Excuse me. People love this one. Men, women, doesn't matter. But it definitely is mahogany and teakwood. It is just all around that woody. It does have a little bit of light florals in it, maybe. But it's mahogany teakwood. Notes are lavender and geranium. Middle is mahogany. Bottom is cedarwood and oakwood. This one's fun to say. Marshmallow Delice. It's marshmallow. A little bit, maybe a toasty marshmallow, a little bit sweet, like a fruity sweet almost, but not quite. But you definitely get that caramely vanilla sugar marshmallow in there. Top note is fruity, middle notes are cream and marshmallow, and the bottom is vanilla. My Dear Watson. This smells like Sherlock Holmes smoking a pipe tobacco in the middle of an old library. It does have, that musky, leathery smell of old books, but then it has like a woody tobacco-y note almost on top. It's real smooth. Nice for men. The notes, top is bergamot, middle is wood, and bottom is musk and leather. Mystical Gathering. This one's yummy. It's a little bit toasty, woody, a little bit maybe birch. It's hard for me to describe the different woods. That it seems like there's so many different ones in here. But it's definitely a little bit sweet. Top notes are chestnut and caramel. Middle is sea salt and woody notes. Bottom, birch bark, leather, and watery notes. Number 1 makes a great fall fragrance for candles. This one is not skin safe. So it is for candle use only, but oh, it makes a great fall candle. It's spicy, smooth, creamy, cinnamony, just all around fall scent. The top note is spiced nutmeg, middle is sugared cinnamon, and bottom is vanilla chestnut. Oatmeal, milk, and honey, I know, is one a lot of people are familiar with from different places, but every place is just a little bit different. In this one, I get oatmeal, but it's smooth and creamy, sweet, and then it's got just that little bit of almond at the end. Some people like that and some don't, so just so you know, this one does have the almond note in it. Top note is oatmeal, middle is milk and honey, and bottom note is almond. Orange sherbet. This smells like orange sherbet. It's citrusy, creamy, orangey, just like you would want an orange sherbet to be. Actually, the notes on it, top note is orange, middle note is orange, and bottom note is sweet. Patchouli. This one, we get complimented a lot on this one because it does smell very, very close to a patchouli essential oil. So if you like patchouli, I recommend getting this. If you don't, I wouldn't, because it is straight up patchouli. Top note is patchouli, middle is spice notes, and bottom note of musk. Peach meringue is a nice peachy bakery smell. It's a little bit creamy, I guess, like you would expect from a meringue. But it is definitely a sweet peachy. So if you don't like bakery fragrances, this one is definitely one of those. So, yeah. The top note is peach and apricot, middle is nectarine, and bottom vanilla creamy notes. Pink chiffon. This one's girly. I love girly fragrances. But it's definitely a little fruity. It does have some musk and a little bit of woody notes on the bottom, but it's not so much that it takes away from the girliness. There's a little bit of a really light floral in there and a little bit of sweet. But the top note is fruity, middle is floral, bottom notes of sandalwood, musk, and vanilla. Pink grapefruit. My kids love eating grapefruit. And this smells like their grapefruits when they're cutting them open. It is a straight, fresh grapefruit. Top note is grapefruit, middle note is grapefruit, and bottom note is mandarin. Pink sands. This one is fruity and little citrusy, little musky. I don't know, it's kind of creamy. It's actually quite a bit creamy, but not like an actual milk note. I guess it just all kind of blends together really well. Top note is fruity and citrus. Middle is floral, green, and spice. Bottom is coconut, creamed vanilla, and musk. Poison apple. This one is definitely apple, but then it really has a really nice undertone of woods and musk. It's real smooth, but it is definitely a tart apple. Top note is fruit, middle is floral, and bottom is wood, musk, and vanilla. Okay, pumpkin frost. This one is, it is pumpkin-y, spicy, a little bit of cinnamon, but it has a creaminess to it, like a marshmallow or vanilla, or both, I guess. But it is definitely a creamy, spicy pumpkin. Top notes are pumpkin and spices, middle vanilla, bottom marshmallow and cinnamon. Pumpkin pecan waffles. Smells like what I want for breakfast on a chilly fall morning. You get the waffly note right after everything else, but you get the pecans and the syrup, fruits. It's a little fruity. You get the pumpkin. But the top notes are pecan and butter. Middle are pumpkin, cinnamon, apple, and cherry. Bottom is maple, vanilla, and musk. Radiant red maple. To me, it smells like you are standing underneath of a bunch of maple trees. It's not a maple syrup smell, so it's not that sweet maple that you might be looking for. It's a maple tree, but it does have a little bit of apple in it. Kind of balances it out, makes it a little bit sweet, but it's definitely woody and earthy. Top note is apple, middle note is smoke, and bottom notes are maple, caramel, and woody notes. Raindrop Kisses. To me, this one smells like in the spring when you mow the grass and the next morning you go outside and it's kind of dewy outside with that fresh cut grass from the day before, and you can smell the dew in the air and the grass, and it all comes together and it's just nice and cool and crisp and fresh. But the top notes are cut grass, grapefruit, and dew. Middle notes of peony and mudgeoit. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. Bottom notes are musk and woods. Real Rum Berry is fun and fruity and punchy. It's very tropical, I guess, as the name Rio would suggest, but it's maybe a little bit creamy in there, but the notes are top notes are citrus, fruits, coconut, and lemon. Middle notes of floral and fruit. Bottom notes of cream, coconut, vanilla, and sandalwood. Roasted coffee bean. This is one of my personal favorites. We joke that my blood is made of coffee because I drink so much of it. This does smell like fresh coffee beans that you would want to wake up to every morning. The notes in this one are The top is butter, middle is vanilla sugar, and bottom is maple syrup and tonka bean. It definitely does not smell sweet to me for having the vanilla sugar and maple syrup in it, though. It smells like coffee beans to me. Route 66 is a fun one. It's a little bit citrusy, a little bit musky, but they blend real nice together. One doesn't overpower the other. It's kind of a nice complementary citrus musk. The top note is citrus, middle of herbs, and bottom is musk. Okay, sea salt and orchid. This one is fresh floral. I do get a little bit of a saltiness, a fresh air, a little bit of musk on the bottom. Top notes are sea salt, ozone, and green. Middle of jasmine, lily of the valley, and floral. Bottom, wood, vanilla, and musk. Okay, Secret Rose Garden. This one is definitely roses and a little bit of extra greenery in it. Definitely not like a overwhelming rosy perfume. It's just a nice light fragrance of rose and greenery. Top note is ivy, middle note is rose, and bottom is musk. Secret Wonderland. This one is fruity and woody. I really don't know how else to explain it besides fruity and woody. The two blend together really nicely. But the top notes are strawberry, raspberry, and red berries. Middle of jasmine, gardenia, and peach. Bottom notes of vanilla, amber, musk, and sandalwood. Shave and haircut. This one smells like the old-time Barbasol shaving cream. That is the only way I can describe it, is Barbasol shaving cream. The notes on this one, top is spices and bergamot, middle of orange zest and clean notes, and the bottom is cedarwood oil. Simply Divine Cherry Pie. It smells, I guess, like you would want a cherry pie to smell like. You get the notes of the crust and the sweet dark cherries. It's not like a maraschino cherry. It's not real sweet. A little bit bitter, but it's dark cherries in there. Top is dark cherries and almonds. Middle is pie crust and cinnamon. Bottom is Bing cherries and vanilla. Smoked vanilla is smoky and sweet. It's smooth with a little bit of bourbon in there, a little bit of leather. You can kind of pick up all the notes individually, but then they all just kind of blend together and create this, I don't know, warm smokiness that you get from it. The top is vanilla and smoky notes, middle is sandalwood and leather, and the bottom is bourbon. Snow Queen. This one is sassy. It's a wintergreen, not a peppermint. It is definitely a wintergreen, and menthol. And then it's got like a sugary smoothness to it, to just kind of even it out and make it just kind of blend together well. The top note is citrus, middle is wintergreen and menthol, bottom is tonka bean and cotton candy. Spiced Harvest Berries. is, I want to say cranberries and spices. It's warm and comforting. But the top notes are fruity and green, middle is spice, and bottom is berries. Stormwatch. This one smells like the air right before a storm comes. Like it's just a few miles out and it's about to hit. And that's what the air smells like. That's what this smells like. The top notes are ocean and ozone. Middle is crisp notes and watery notes. And the bottom is sea salt. Strawberry jam smells like a sweet strawberry jam. Got a little on my nose. Smells like a sweet strawberry jam that you want to spread on your toast. It is strawberry, but not like a candy. But not quite a fresh strawberry. It's definitely got that cooked jamminess to it. The notes are top and middle are both strawberries, and the bottom is sugar. Sugared apple is a sweet red apple. That is really all I get from it. There's a little bit of musk right at the end, but it is a sweet red apple. Top note is apple, middle is vanilla and sugar, and the bottom note is musk. Summer linen smells like fresh, dried linen. Maybe not quite hung on the line, but it is definitely fresh linens. You get the cotton in there and the freshness and the green. Top notes are cotton and white peach. Middle is lavender and bottom is coconut. Sweater weather is so warm and cozy. First thing I get is apples. There's a little bit of mint and some greenness in there. It's a nice cozy scent. Top is green and mint. Middle notes are apple and peach. Bottom notes are musk and moss. Sweet Lady. This one is definitely sweet. It's got some top berry notes in it that definitely come through first. Then you get some sweetness from like some sugars, and then you get a little bit of powder at the end, but not like baby powder, just like a soft powdery note. The notes, the top are spun sugar, raspberry, strawberry, and orange. Middle are vanilla, fig leaf, white flowers, and bergamot. Bottom are caramel, powdery notes, licorice, and musk. Sweetgrass. Now this one is not a fresh cut grass. This is what a hayfield smells like right after it's cut. This is a fresh cut hayfield, not a fresh cut lawn. We have a lot of hayfields up here, and this is what they smell like. The notes on this one, the top note is sweet, middle note is alfalfa, and the bottom note is clover. Tobacco and leather is a strong man. You get the sweet tobacco, sweet, kind of like a pipe tobacco, and you get the leather at the end that kind of smooths it out. The top notes are tobacco leaf and leather, middle notes are spices, and the bottom is toasted oak. Tahiti Island Dreams. This one is tropical. It is sweet, it's coconutty, it's watery. It's juicy and a little bit floral. The top notes are mandarin and coconut water. Middle is kiwi blossom and frangipani. And bottom is vanilla and musk. Tahitian Tiare is floral. There's a little bit of sweetness to it, but it is floral. Top note is floral, middle is gardenia and coconut, and the bottom note is vanilla. Tea and cakes. I don't know how a name could describe a fragrance any better than that. It is a lemon tea, but not super lemon, just a really light lemon tea, and a cake in there. There is a cake in this bottle. The notes on this one, the top notes are lemon, lime, and orange. Middle is rosewood, and the bottom are vanilla, tonka, and maple. Tea with the Queen smells like a hot cup of lemon tea. We actually put this one in our warmer, and it is very strong lemon. And then the lemon just kind of smooths over the tea and kind of ends on that tea note. Top note is lemon, middle is English tea leaves, and the bottom note is musk. Olive branch. The olive branch, this one is so complex to me. There's florals in it and earthiness in it. Maybe a little bit sweet. But the top notes are orange and lemon. Middle notes are green, fantasy floral, and earthy. And the bottom is musk and vanilla. Tobacco and bay leaf. When I smell this, the first thing I get is the bay leaf. And then you get the sweet pipe tobacco after that. And they do blend together nicely. Top notes are bay leaf and fir needle. Middle notes are cedarwood and bergamot. And the bottom note is tobacco. And tobacco smells like fresh pipe tobacco. If you were to encounter a man in the late 1800s smoking a pipe, this is what his tobacco would smell like. And that is exactly what the top, middle, and bottom notes are on this, is all tobacco. Twisted peppermint is a sweet peppermint. It's got the vanilla in there just to kind of smooth out and make the peppermint a little creamy. But it is, it's clearing out my sinuses right now. So I'm enjoying that. But it is very pepperminty. Vanilla Bean Noel it's a smooth, creamy vanilla with a little bit of spice to it. I would honestly use this one all year round. I know a lot of people, it has the Noel in it, so they assume Christmas, but I would use this one all year round because it is just that smooth, creamy vanilla with just the hint of spices in it. The top notes in this one are vanilla, butter, and cream. The middle notes are caramel and chocolate, and the bottom notes are musk and sugar. Vanilla Mint is a nice, sweet, smooth wintergreen. There is a little bit of citrus in it. I think it just kind of enhances the wintergreen. It doesn't make it an actual citrusy fragrance. The top note is wintergreen, middle is frozen citrus, and the bottom note is vanilla. Volcano is sweet and tropical and fun and fruity. It's definitely fruity. The top notes are tropical fruit and sugared citrus. Middle are lemon and lime, and bottom is mountain greens. All right, warm apple pie is appley and cinnamony, and you can smell the crust. It smells like a fresh baked warm apple pie, fresh out of the oven to me. Top note is apples, middle note is cinnamon, bottom note is vanilla. All right, warm the soul. It's a different one. It's sweet and creamy, but it's spicy with the cinnamon and the cloves. The top note is cinnamon, middle note is clove, and the bottom note is vanilla. Excuse me. Weekend Party is a perfume you want to wear out when you're going to a party on the weekend. That is what it smells like. It's sweet, little bit floral, a little bit woody. It's musky. Top note is apple. Middle notes are violet and jasmine. Bottom notes are amber, vanilla, musk, and woody. All right, white birch and vanilla is smoky and woody and sweet. Little bit of musk on the bottom there, just to bump it up. But the top note is birch. Middle notes are the middle note is smoked vanilla bean, and the bottom note is musk. White Mocha Kiss is sweet, floral, a little bit woody, but mostly it's really creamy, like a creamy vanilla with all this other stuff kind of mixed in and just kind of roaming around in there. The top notes are apple and water lily. Middle notes are ginger flower, orchid, and dark chocolate. Bottom note of vanilla, driftwood, and marshmallow. Winter. This is always a favorite. It's winter. It's pine. It's a little spicy, a little citrusy, but I definitely get the pine in there. The top notes are orange and lemon. Middle notes are allspice, clove, and pine. And bottom notes are cinnamon and moss. Witch's Brew. This is, it's patchouli, but it's sweeter than regular patchouli. It's got a little bit of a berry note in it, a little bit of floral. So it does kind of mellow out the patchouli smell if you don't like straight patchouli. The top note is berry, middle is floral, and the bottom notes are patchouli, woody, and vanilla. Woodsman. This is, it's a spicy pine. I really don't know how else to describe it. You get the pine, but then you get some spices. But the top note is pine, middle note is spice, and the bottom note is musk. All right, we have Yuletide Pear Vanilla. This one is so yummy. The pear really, it's really sweet, and it's got some vanilla and creaminess to it. Little bit of spice, little bit of musk, but they all do blend together very nicely to really amplify that pear. The top notes are vanilla and pear. Middle is almond, cream, and caramel, and the bottom notes are spice and musk. Thank you for watching this video, and please subscribe to our channel and have a wonderful day.